Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tour de France 2023, episode number 10. I'm up to a 72.2. I'm not far off from where my teammates are, and yet at this point we are still horribly uncompetitive. The Breakaway is still where we are living our life, and for this Brits Cup 3-stager, we have our poorest condition we're going to see of our three races this season, with -2s to everything. It's going to be another tough experience. 2 regular stages before a short time trial on the final stage, meaning we've got to be in the break for both stages if we are going to succeed. Our team managed to score 0 points in the season opener for the first time. I've always been the team leader. I scored no points. The rest of my team scored no points. We have got to get on the board this time if we're really going to see any progress. I made a tiny improvement to my recovery last time and 1 point to my hills rating. That was it last time. So we need a better race. Fighting to get into the breakaway. Initially 4 of us got away. Taco van der Hoorn and myself did 100% of the work, but the peloton continued to chase. Van der Hoorn and I were then attacked by these other 2 riders, Gavazzi and Aper, and just before we got reeled in by the peloton, I then decided that was the time. That was the time to go back and leave him behind so that the peloton could reel him in and that they'd be happy with 3 of us. And yet here we are, even after he got reeled in, they continued to chase the 3 of us down. A 3-member breakaway would seem ideal. None of the 3 of us are a threat at all to this peloton, and yet it's not interested in letting us get away. I am still an incredibly weak rider, so it's certainly not me. As an effect, peloton is just 3 seconds behind. I'm still recovering. Gavazzi attacks immediately, and I'm following because he decided to attack, and yet peloton's still not letting us get away. Now we're already seeing the peloton, Gavazzi going away quite quickly, so he and I were the only 2 attacking, and they're chasing. I'm a 72 overall who's never won a thing. I can't hardly get but a few intermediate sprints my entire life, and they have no problem letting him get away, but they're chasing like crazy to stop me from getting in breaks, which is, if you remember that first race of the season, I could not manage to get into breakaways for the life of me. I set myself up to try. I mean, the intermediates or the feed zone is not too far away from here, but that's already a 1-minute gap. I'm gonna have to try to attack again and cover that, but they at this point are not letting me go. I'm gonna have to let it get to the 2 minutes and then attack. Yeah, finally they gently overtake. I'm gonna have to be coming on late as a 3rd rider, which is absurd that I'm having to go through this strategy to get off the front. It's absurd for them to chase me down when I am not a threat in the slightest. My team has not even managed to score a single point this season. The season's half over, and we have 0 points. How in the world am I a threat? There is absolutely no logic behind them chasing me down. Minute 50, it's almost time. The moment we hit 2 minutes, that's when I am going to attack. I am certainly ready for the attack now. Here we go, 157, 158, 159.
His best
there we
chance
go.
of victory is to try a breakaway from far out.
Okay, easing off a little bit. For now, I've pulled out 10 seconds very quickly. Okay. We'll set the almost full tempo so we can get just a little bit of red bar recovery. For now, 14 seconds ahead of the peloton is all that I have managed, and they seem to be chasing me down. 12 seconds ahead now. There's 2 riders off the front. And this is ridiculous. which means I can't be a breakaway rider if they're not going to permit me to be a breakaway rider. I'm going to have to try to compete some other way. I still have a few tasks left that involve being in a breakaway, but not much. I've achieved most of it. What I'm trying to do is just earn points, to earn the team money so I can get better riders who then can go out and score, and we can make some more money and improve that way. And by getting some better teammates, I've been caught by the break. This is completely absurd. Makes no sense whatsoever that they won't permit me to attack.
There will be only 1 point to be earned towards the
Gavazzi and I were the only ones off the front. Vanderhoorn's attacking. Are they going to chase him down?
Attack at the head of the peloton.
Guaranteed. Vanderhoorn's rating is much higher than mine. He's got to be a 74, 75 at least. Gavazzi goes over the top end first. Vanderhoorn has 23 seconds. That's all they let me get. As I'm speeding things along here, he got away. They let Vanderhoorn go. So, the 4 guys that attacked, 3 of them end up getting away. Now, Gavazzi and I were the only ones to attack at one point, so it was not the numbers. But the only combination of those 4 riders that the field is permitting to get off the front is everyone except myself. Apparently the same AI logic that is set in PCM, Pro Cycling Manager, is being used here at the Tour de France one. It's you versus everybody. I've never won a damn thing. My overall rating is still quite low. Those guys have higher ratings than I do and are still a threat to me, and yet the field won't allow me to be off the front. They don't care about anybody else, or at least those 3 particular guys. They don't care about any of them, but they're treating me like I'm a race favorite.
The breakaway is losing ground.
That's going to make progression pretty damn hard. We're not good enough in a sprint to beat sprinters. We're good enough to beat those kind of guys, or compete with those kind of guys. But we're not competing with sprinters, so I'll try to take up the intermediate sprints and get as many points as I can. Something's better than nothing, right? Following the sprinters in for the sprint, and they just comfortably pull away from me. I'm going full gas. Damar got a really late run. I will pick up some points, I think, but we are way behind the others in the sprint. I'm 12th with 4 points. Coming up again for the second intermediate sprint. Can we do better than the 4 points we earned last time? There is still a number of riders ahead of me, and we are getting close. I'm going to have to push a little bit here to get position. Some of these guys are already either sprinting or doing what I'm doing, of pushing relatively hard. There's a big bunch here. I'm coming through early. Inside a kilometer. I'm getting out there first this time, which is nice, but can I hold it all the way to the finish line? I'm guessing I cannot. Oh shoot, I still have a kilometer to go. I was looking at the Gavazzi group, so I attacked way too early, and here come the actual sprinters. I misread that one entirely, but I do still pick up a few points, do I not? No wonder I was able to get out there. Cantor, my teammate, got 4 points. I got 3 points this time, so I now have 7. 6.5 kilometers to go. The breakaway is down to 10 seconds. Those 3 riders, well, it's down to just Gavazzi now. He's dominated the day, and I'm going to spend these 6 kilometers trying to get into a very strong position and finish as high as I can in the final sprint.
If you start too soon, you will be unable to continue your effort to the line. If you start too late, you will not have time.
Little downhill here. 4.5K to go. Tight left-hander. Squeezed. and losing a ton of wheels on that. Are you kidding me? I lost a lot of ground going through that corner. Trying to ride full gas here without having to go deep. I want to save that red bar for the sprint. Now 2.7k to go, and I find myself up front following Penhote, who's apparently sprinting. Oh, and then he cost me a bunch of ground. 1.6k. 1.3k, but losing position here, and these guys are going full gas. I'm able to get in here. 400 meters. Out of red bar. There's a little uphill at the finish line. I couldn't quite manage when to go. 1 kilometer is a little bit too far for us. It's the first time I find myself with plenty of energy and a finish to contend with. And it's clear that I needed to go a little bit later. 800 meters maybe. None of our sprinters managed to climb into the top 20 on the stage. So my disappointing 28th wasn't any better or worse than anybody else on the stage. Combativity, I did manage to pick up 13 kilometers. If the next stage is longer and I'm able to actually succeed in getting into the break, if they don't see me as a threat as they somehow saw me as today, I still have a chance at getting that combativity award. For now, it's looking tough. So far early on stage number 2, Nikias, Arndt, and I are the two that have left off the front of the field. This time they're letting me go. We are out to 38 seconds already. We're already approaching the first intermediate sprint point. I would love to see it just be the two of us. Schmidt has attacked off the front as we were out to a little over a minute. Barencia has also attacked. Vanderhorn on the attack again. He's going to challenge for that. He would take, actually. He would quite comfortably if he's allowed to get off the front. He will win the combativity award because this stage is both longer, but he'll be in the break for both stages. So if he's allowed to get away, that's going to be that jersey will be his. With my 13k on that last stage, I'll have no chance of competing with him. 5k from the sprint point. I'd like to not have those guys catch us yet between here and there, but I'll take a big turn and then let Arndt get back on the front. 4k to go to the intermediate sprint. My goal is to beat him and win this intermediate sprint. That's the most successful thing, and he is the better sprinter. 3.5k to go now. Let's drop out of the control mode.
You're approaching the intermediate sprint.
For now, he's not taking over. He's still wanting to follow. 2.5k. If we're going to stay ahead of Schmidt, I've got to put my foot down now. Just 12 seconds behind. 2k to go. And Arndt is playing me. He wouldn't come through, wouldn't take a turn. I led for 3k. He only led for about 4. It's not like there was a big gap. Coming up on it, though. Still ahead of Schmidt. Arndt pushing. Oh, I tried to follow that and lock in on him, but it didn't work. He's going to get there first, probably. Okay, now full gas for the rest of it. He's letting up. Can we close him down? Oh, there goes our red bar. Not quite. He ran out. He went too early. I tried to delay as much as I could. And even I still went too early. Second through. So no bonus on that one. See, I just don't have a very good flat rating. It's not that I don't want to take turns. I'm contributing.
You're the most dangerous in the breakaway for the yellow jersey.
Now we're getting some proper turns. Hey, good news, folks.
Green jersey in the breakaway.
The others got brought back in. It's just the 3 of us, which means I, with that 13-kilometer bonus and being the first guy off the front, if I can hang on as long as these two, I will win the combativity award. We've got a chance. Next stage is a time trial. Won't count anything towards it. Vanderhorn was reeled back in. We have a 4-minute advantage, by the way. And I am taking those regular turns now. We're also coming up on the first climb of the day. Taking these are good. In fact, we have a chance at the King of the Mountains if we can get probably 3 or more. Would probably be enough. As you could imagine, the other 3 are going to get spread out by at least a couple of riders. Claiming those. 1.6. Here we go. Let's settle in. The top is right here, so we want to go before the top. Here we go. There's the crest. It eases off, attacking all the way through and easing off because we've got it. We have got it. Yes.
Over the top of the climb. That's good.
It's very good. Yesterday only had 1 point, so we've already matched the current King of the Mountains wearer. Field is definitely starting to reel us back in. Our gap is down to inside 2 minutes. I'm also down to 2K to the second climb. And if I can claim this one, even with just 2 points, it could be enough potentially. Though my goal will certainly be 3. 1.3K, I've been leading most of this climb. They have not come through to taking turns, even though I'm riding quite gently. And it's gonna get steep on this left-hander. We definitely want to save our attack until maybe when we come out of this left corner. I'm gonna put my foot down a little bit. Arndt is ready to come through, but I don't want him to. I want to hit this corner and then push. Ooh, here comes Arndt. Here comes Arndt. Okay, we got it. We got it. 2 for 2. Now, these Cat 4s don't mean anything. This is about taking the King of the Mountains classification and the Combativity Award. Potentially both. Alright. Time to gel up because our feed zone is after this next climb. Now is a good time to get ourselves back to full strength. There you go. Got a little bit of gel left there. Plenty of red bar left. 2.8K. Following through for now as we descend on our way to the climb. High tempo. 2K. Right now we're going quite quickly, but we're going to slow down. It looks like the climb is going to begin here in just a moment. Yes, it is. And we're already seeing some pressure by Wirtz Schmidt. I'm going to go through to the front. Right at the front. Seems to have been working for us over the last 600 meters. This is definitely a steeper climb. I think around this right-hander is where we want to get going. Coming out of here. Uh-oh, Wirtz Schmidt is coming hard. Oh, the throw. The throw helped, but Wirtz Schmidt was clearly faster. I started my sprint ahead of him. I got up to my speed ahead of him, but he had a better punchy speed than I did. I was going full gas and unfortunately could not hold off Wirtz Schmidt. If I had attacked sooner, I might have ate it. It's going to be difficult on those last 3 because they're so close to the finish line. Coming up on 1K to go on the intermediate sprint. It's not something that I want, but winning it, every win of it is going to be something that's useful to me. I don't care about the points. This is about getting the... Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. 27 seconds ahead of the peloton, by the way, so they are coming quite quickly. Those 3 climbs are coming 40 seconds ahead of the peloton after that settles down. And I got a dead battery. I'll be right back. And we've been pulled in by the field, which means right now there is no breakaway. In fact, I can maybe go out there and ride a little bit longer just to be sure. I'm not going to ride hard at all, but actually I don't really have that much energy, but every extra kilometer makes sure that I get that Combativity Award. In fact, I think it's time to gel up to set up for the end of the race. If I can, I want to get that first mountain climb. Not worried about the final stage. Looks like we're about to see an attack. An attack would not be a good thing for me right now. We got to make sure that they are getting chased, and it looks like they are. UAE controlling the peloton here. So big acceleration, final 15K, so we're getting close, but those two riders going off the front, they would take away those King of the Mountains points. Also, if they stay away long enough, the same rider can get multiple points and take away from me. Right now I lead with 2 points. 2 other riders have a single point, but there's 3 points still out there. So it can change real fast, especially if somebody gets ahead, stays ahead, and takes all 3 points. Breakaway's been caught. We're going on a gentle downhill slope. This would actually be a really good time to break away. But you can see those guys are getting chased pretty hard. 5K to go. I want that King of the Mountains point, so I will contend for it. 4.6. Tish Benut's a little bit far down for my liking. He's not poorly positioned. He's in a pretty good spot, but I want a prime spot. We'll follow Schachman for a little bit here. 3.7K. Verts Schmidt, by the way, is out the back, so he's no longer a threat. That's a good thing. 2.9K. I think attacking early is my best option of trying to hold these guys away, but then again, they're going to chase me down, so I don't want to attack too early. So following Vandenberg. Case Bull, we've got sprinters leading out right now. 1.5K. Coming on through, coming on through. Using that momentum. Okay, we're going to push. I'm ahead for now. 2 seconds ahead. 2 seconds ahead. And I get one more push with the bike throw, and that's enough. We got it. That secures it. There's only 2 points left out there, and the 2 guys that are a threat are not going to be a threat any longer. So that will be a King of the Mountains. Also, I've spent more time off the front than anybody else, so I will also have the... I should have... Oh boy, we didn't make it all the way to the end of the stage, but I think there was enough kilometers compared to the other one. 2.4K. Can I... No, I don't even have a red bar. I don't even have a red bar. Let's gel up the rest of the way here.
The last winner here was Mathieu van der Poel in 2021.
And there goes the last of my gel. Steep climb. We're definitely not winning this point. We're going to hang on as best we can and get through our energy to hang on for as long as we can. The steepness of the climb is just about over. We're going to crest here pretty soon. And I think I'll make it through this climb as we follow Maestri. There we go. Cresting now. Cresting now. We'll get over the top, still in the group here. Clearly not going to claim the point, though.
At the top of the Mur de Bretagne climb,
Trentin over the top first. The sprinter with a little bit of punch gets there first. I'm right at the back of the group here. 2K to the finish, but very little in the very little left in the tank to make a push. But here comes that final kilometer. I move up my position a little bit. I can't do anything more than just ride at this tempo, as I'm gonna bonk out here really soon. There it is. I blow up. There's the finish line too. That close, but not close enough. Just 60 left in the peloton, by the way, and I am now dropped. I'm gonna be just outside of the top 60 for the stage, but after spending the day in the breakaway, that's just fine. KOM, there's your leader right there. Grossschartner finished 21st on the stage. That's all he managed to do. I was 66th, a minute 21 behind. I led 137 kilometers today, plus the 13 that I already had. 150, I think, should be enough to take that combativity award. And in terms of the best climber, 3 points today. The other 3 points were spread out, so we'll definitely have that jersey. 4 riders with a single point, 1 rider with 3. I'm actually all the way up in 4th on the points classification in the overall after those 2 stages. And I've got the combativity award locked up as well. 17 kilometers ahead of Arndt, who was with me today. The other guys from that previous stage, their top man had Vert Schmidt, 120. So we got him by 30K.
A new rider is now ready on the ramp for this individual time trial.
I look good in those polka dots jersey, right?
Sets off. Come on, let's give him some encouragement.
Alright, sprinting
Okay, now it's
out of the
downhill.
box here.
Concentrate on your trajectory. No need to go full out.
What do we got? 12K. Got a downhill section here. Had to tap the brakes there for a fraction of a second as we cruise downhill, save energy. But as we drop below 3% here, we're going to have to get back up to speed. Very technical downhill. Not quite downhill enough to
The descent is over. Now
our goal for the first checkpoint is an 8:37. We have 2 minutes to get there, and not a lot further until we reach that point. 8:10, and we have it in sight. Didn't fall for the crash there. I'm 10 seconds over the objective. 10 seconds behind the objective. But we have a lot of energy that we can use the rest of the way. Tight corner, but we make it.
go on. In 2 kilometers, you're at the foot of the Cadudal. Watch out for the bends on the way down.
Gotta be careful on these curves.
Go 1 kilometer before the climb.
Easing off, having to brake just a little bit. Accelerate out of there. Easing off, getting out of that TT position when necessary.
That you've got to push to the max. Go.
Here we go, final climb.
Come on out of the saddle.
Final climb, folks. 15:32 the goal, 13:14 the time right now. This is definitely the best time trial that I've had so far. We are finally starting to figure it out. Final kilometer. Might have a little bit left to push at the end, but just trying to climb at a fast, steady tempo.
Come on. It's almost over.
It's limiting me somehow. Some reason.
Head out to the finish. Go.
Go attacking for the line. We're a little bit off that goal, but I'll take that. That was a good time trial. No mistakes, no crashes, no close calls. There were the pushed to the edge type close calls, but not the oh my gosh, we almost crashed kind of moments. We kept it within the limits. We kept it good. We're only a few seconds off of what the goal was. That's by far the best time trial we've put together so far. McNulty picking up the stage win, and I think he had finished 4th on that previous stage, so he's very much in the mix for the overall. But Patrick Bevan takes the overall, huh? Sorrow, who was the leader overall, has fallen to just a green jersey. And there it is, King of the Mountains. Alright, so here is the stage. McNulty claiming the victory ahead of Schachman and Lampart. Gross-Schartner, our teammate, we got him up into 10th place. So that's good. That comes out as something. Cantor pretty well in 44th there. I got 118th, a minute 15 down, but the back end, my teammate, Lee Martinez, was a minute 42 down overall and last place. There's a lot of riders and a lot of time between him and I. And we are very, very weak in the time trial. That's a real sign of the progress we've made. That is so much higher than where I had been. Siro, by the way, was just 2 seconds ahead of me. That performance, Gross-Schartner moves himself into 9th position overall, so he will pick up some points as well. I'm not the only one. We finally have some team support for a change. But Bevan takes that overall by 3 seconds ahead of Craig Anderson. McNulty moves up just 2 spots to 3rd. They were already up there, no wonder. They each move up 1 spot. Schachman, Campenart's moving up. Malama, Youngles. It's Dennis who holds position in 8th. Gross-Schartner up just 1 spot from 10th. And the big drops were Lutsenko, Kort Nielsen, Söderlund. Big progress there. I finished 70th overall. It's actually the highest finish we've ever had. So half the field was behind me in time. Yeah, maybe that wasn't our highest finish ever. I think it was, though. I think it might have been. But that KOM, there's your confirmation that we are the winner. Points classification, 4th. Young rider went to McNulty. Team classification, we were 9th. And finally, that combativity, I claim it by a whopping 17 kilometers, at 13 kilometers from that first stage, doing just enough to make the difference. Then again, even then, we still would have just about had it over Arndt. Now for the rankings on the season. Remember, we entered this having absolutely no points whatsoever. Gross-Schartner picks up 8 today. Pick up 26. 10 for the Combativity Award. 10 for the King of the Mountains victories. 6 for what we did on the stage to claim it on that second stage. So I don't know exactly how the point structure works here, but I think I might have gotten 4 points for the KOM and 2 for the combativity is my guess on that one. Puts me 67th in the overall rankings. Vanderpool is on top ahead of Pogacar and Van Aert right now. Mohoric, the only other one to score over 200 points so far this season. But it's that team ranking that matters most right now. 23rd with 34 points. And we have yet to actually succeed in hanging on to a 23rd. We held it at this point last year. We ended up 24th. First year, we were 24th. Now we're in our 3rd year. We scored absolutely no points to start the season. We added 28 today. We added 34 over this race because we had no points entering this one. We're not comfortably ahead of Iolo Conte. They're still threatening, just 5 points behind us, and we're going to have a big gap between this and our last race. It's going to take something special there, and there's still, I think, 1 race after that on the calendar. Astana, AG2 are really struggling this season. They can be beaten. Not going to be easy, especially with as many races as are going to go by. But if we can get that 1 spot better, that 23rd, that little bit more, another 20 or 30,000 in prize money at the end of the season, it's going to make a difference. It's going to make a difference, and we can get more Gross-Schartner type guys around who are going to be a little bit more competitive and can score some top 10s and can score some points. I'm the weakest rider on the team. I shouldn't be scoring the most. I know if I controlled the other riders, I could score more. I know it's possible. But that's not the goal. That's not the objective of this playthrough. I want them to succeed, but they need to succeed on their own accord. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.